The United States military stands unique in its global reach, technological superiority, and logistical complexity. Yes, you heard it right. The U.S. military isn't your run-of-the-mill defense force. It's designed with a global focus, boasting a vast array of bases, equipment, and personnel scattered across the globe. This strategic approach, while ensuring a formidable presence, also dramatically amplifies the costs. It's not just the geographical spread that makes the U.S. military unique. It's also the relentless pursuit of technological superiority. Cutting-edge technology, whether it's in the form of private label food production for troops abroad, patriotic ceremonies for recruitment, or advanced robots for future combat roles, is a cornerstone of their strategy. These investments illustrate the extensive and costly efforts to maintain a technological edge, making the U.S. military a force to reckon with. But global deployment and technological advancement aren't without their challenges. The necessity to deploy forces worldwide incurs significant logistical costs, from shipping supplies to maintaining bases in remote corners of the world. It's a complex, intricate operation that requires meticulous planning and plenty of resources. And speaking of planning, predictive planning for future conflicts is another area where the U.S. military shines. Take, for instance, the USS Freedom and the Littoral Combat Ship Program. Despite significant challenges and operational limitations, this program represents years of planning and billions in expenditures, all aimed at preparing for the unknown, the unexpected. But it's not all about the military itself. The relationship between the U.S. military, the government, and defense contractors, known as the military-industrial complex, plays a significant role in these expenditures. Major defense contractors like Lockheed Martin, Northrop Grumman, and Boeing are at the heart of this system, benefiting financially from government contracts while driving innovation in military technology. So, there you have it. A brief overview of the expansive costs associated with the unique position of the U.S. military, its global strategic posture, extensive capabilities, and the logistical and technological challenges contribute to its high expenditures. But the story doesn't end here. We'll delve deeper into the evolution of military spending, the challenges faced, and the implications of these high costs. Stay tuned to discover how the U.S. military outspends and outsmarts, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. The U.S. military's design extends beyond homeland defense to global deployment, a strategy that is as ambitious as it is expensive. The American military isn't just built to protect its own borders, but it's designed to have a presence across the globe. No corner of the earth is too remote, no region too inhospitable. This worldwide reach is a result of a strategic approach that has been honed over decades. It's a doctrine that believes in the power of presence. It's the ability to respond with speed and force anywhere in the world that keeps potential adversaries at bay. And this power is maintained through a vast array of bases, equipment, and personnel stationed worldwide. Imagine the logistics involved in maintaining such a global footprint. From the icy waters of the Arctic to the scorching deserts of the Middle East, from the dense jungles of South America to the vast expanses of the Pacific. Each base needs to be supplied, each piece of equipment maintained, each soldier trained and ready for whatever mission may come. Think about the costs involved. The infrastructure alone is a massive undertaking. The bases need to be built, the equipment needs to be purchased, and the personnel need to be paid. And that's not even considering the costs of actually deploying these resources when the need arises. And then there's the cost of maintaining these bases and the equipment. The constant need for repairs and upgrades. The never-ending cycle of training and retraining. The price tag for all this is astronomical. It's a cost that is borne by the American taxpayer. But it's not just about the financial cost. There's also the human cost. The soldiers who serve overseas, far from their families. The civilians who live in the shadow of these bases. The local economies that are affected for better or worse by the presence of the American military. Such a global presence doesn't come without its price. It's a price that is paid in dollars and cents, in time and effort, in lives and livelihoods. It's a price that is constantly being evaluated and reevaluated as the world changes and new challenges arise. But it's a price that, for now, the United States is willing to pay for the power beyond its borders. Investments in cutting-edge technology illustrate the extensive and costly efforts to maintain a technological edge. This statement rings true when you consider the lengths to which the U.S. military goes in its pursuit of innovation. Imagine a world where robots fight our battles, where artificial intelligence is key to strategic planning, and where a soldier halfway across the world can enjoy the comfort of home-cooked meals. This is not the stuff of science fiction, but a reality being shaped by the U.S. military's drive for technological superiority. One of the most striking examples of this drive is the military's private label food production. It's not just about feeding troops, it's about giving them a taste of home, no matter where they are stationed. From the war zones of the Middle East to the farthest corners of the Pacific, American soldiers can savor their favorite chicken tenderloins, thanks to a complex process of production, preservation, and global transportation. But the U.S. military's technological prowess extends beyond the culinary. They are also paving the way for a new era of warfare, an era dominated by robots. Unmanned drones are already a common feature of modern warfare, but the military is pushing the boundaries even further. They are investing in advanced robots that could potentially take on more complex roles in future combat situations. These technological advancements, however impressive, come with a hefty price tag. The development, production, and implementation of these technologies require a significant chunk of the military budget. It's a costly endeavor, but one that the U.S. military believes is necessary to maintain its position at the forefront of global defense. Despite the high costs, the military's commitment to technological innovation is unwavering. They continue to invest in new technologies and systems, pushing the boundaries of what is possible. This commitment is driven by a firm belief in the power of technology to transform the military and shape the future of warfare. The pursuit of technological excellence is a costly affair, but one the U.S. military is willing to undertake. The cost may be high, but the potential rewards, a military that is more efficient, more effective, and better prepared for the challenges of the future, are deemed to be worth every penny. Deploying forces globally incurs significant logistical costs. This statement encapsulates a fundamental challenge faced by the U.S. military. The logistics of maintaining a global military presence are, to put it mildly, complex. It's a colossal task that involves not just the deployment of personnel, but also the movement and sustainment of equipment, supplies, and resources. Imagine for a moment the intricacies involved in shipping supplies across continents and oceans. It's not just about getting from point A to point B, it's about ensuring that the right supplies reach the right place at the right time. This could range from shipping a private label chicken tenderloin to a base in the Middle East, to ensuring that essential spare parts for a fighter jet make it to a remote outpost in the Pacific. But it's not just about shipping supplies. It's also about maintaining these bases around the world. These bases are like small cities, each with its own requirements for infrastructure, utilities, and services. They need to be operational and ready to support the mission at a moment's notice. This means constant maintenance, upgrades, and sometimes even construction of new facilities. The costs associated with these logistics are staggering. Each shipment, each base, each piece of equipment comes with its own price tag. And these costs add up quickly when you're operating on a global scale. But it's a price the U.S. military is willing to pay to maintain its global strategic posture. These logistical challenges are not just about the financial costs, though. They also demand a high level of coordination, planning, and execution. It's a complex dance that requires a keen understanding of geopolitics, technology, and human factors. It's a dance that the U.S. military has mastered over decades of operation. The complexity of these operations is a testament to the military's logistical prowess. Despite the challenges and costs, the U.S. military continues to navigate this complex landscape with remarkable efficiency. It's a testament to their dedication, their ingenuity, and their commitment to the mission. Preparing for future conflicts demands proactive planning and technological development. It is a chess game of strategy, foresight, and innovation, played on a global scale. Let's take a look at some of the pieces on this board. The USS Freedom, for instance, stands as a testament to this forward-thinking approach. This vessel, a marvel of naval engineering, embodies the spirit of anticipation and readiness that characterizes the U.S. military. Yet, it didn't appear overnight. Its existence is the product of years of meticulous planning, countless design iterations, and a significant investment of resources. Similarly, the Littoral Combat Ship, or LCS program, is another ambitious endeavor that highlights the military's commitment to planning for the future. Conceived to operate in nearshore environments, these ships represent an evolution in naval warfare strategy. With a price tag in the billions, the LCS program underscores the lengths the military will go to ensure preparedness. However, as with any grand plan, there were challenges. The LCS program, initially estimated to cost between $150 to $225 million per unit, experienced budget overruns with costs doubling. Operational issues arose, putting a spotlight on the complexities and hurdles of military innovation and procurement. But this is not a story of failure. Rather, it's a story of resilience, adaptation, and the relentless pursuit of excellence. Yes, there were setbacks. Yes, there were cost overruns. But in the face of these obstacles, the U.S. military did not falter. Instead, it learned, it adapted, and it pressed on. Because that's what preparing for the future is all about. It's about understanding that the road ahead is fraught with uncertainties and challenges. It's about embracing the fact that not every plan will unfold as expected. And most importantly, it's about having the courage to forge ahead, despite the obstacles, in pursuit of a safer, more secure future. Despite the challenges and operational limitations, the U.S. military remains committed to planning for the future. It's a commitment that goes beyond the confines of budgets and blueprints, reaching into the very heart of what it means to serve and protect. The current level of military spending, intended to maintain U.S. supremacy and technological advantage, often results in diminishing returns. This is the reality we face today. When we delve into the costs associated with sustaining this military prowess, the figures are astounding. In the pursuit of global dominance, a significant portion of the budget goes towards maintaining and upgrading existing capabilities. It's not just about creating new, cutting-edge technology, but also about ensuring that what's already in place remains relevant and efficient. This is a costly endeavor, involving everything from routine maintenance of equipment to upgrading systems and training personnel on their use. Consider the fact that to support its strategic goal of a flexible global presence, the U.S. military incurs exceptional costs, such as producing and shipping their private-label chicken tenderloins worldwide. It's a small detail, but it illustrates the expansive and often overlooked expenses that come with global military operations. Then, there are the projects that, despite their high costs, fail to meet expectations. The Littoral Combat Ship program, for example, was initially estimated to cost between $150 to $225 million per unit. However, the reality was far from this estimate. Budget overruns were rampant, with costs doubling and operational issues coming to light. It's a stark reminder of the challenges and financial risks involved in military innovation and procurement. But beyond the financial implications, there's a broader economic impact to consider. High military spending can divert resources away from other sectors, potentially stifling growth and innovation elsewhere. It's a balancing act that requires careful consideration and planning. Ultimately, the economic implications of military spending are complex and far-reaching. They go beyond the defense sector, influencing the wider economy and the country's strategic priorities. The cost of maintaining supremacy is high, but is it yielding the desired results? That's a question we must continue to ask and explore as we navigate the future of military spending. High military spending is justified by the need to counter emerging threats and maintain global dominance. This statement rings true for many nations, and the United States is no exception. The geopolitical landscape is a complex chessboard where every move is meticulously calculated, every piece is strategically placed, and the stakes are high. Military spending is not just a matter of national defense. It is a statement of power, a reflection of a nation's global standing. As we've seen, the United States has built a formidable military machine, backed by a vast network of bases, state-of-the-art technology, and an extensive workforce. This strategic approach has been instrumental in maintaining the nation's global dominance. However, the question that arises is this: are we getting the best bang for our buck? Or are we pouring money into a bottomless pit with diminishing returns? The answer isn't straightforward. On one hand, high military spending ensures preparedness against emerging threats. It fuels innovation, keeps us ahead of the curve, and affords us a strategic advantage. On the other hand, it often results in a significant portion of the budget being used to maintain and upgrade existing capabilities instead of investing in groundbreaking new technologies. This is where the need for a critical reassessment of priorities and strategies comes into play. Are we spending too much on maintaining older systems when we could be investing in future technologies? Are our strategies efficient, or are they leading to budget overruns and operational difficulties? These are questions that need answers. In the game of global dominance, there is no room for inefficiency. Every dollar spent must yield strategic results. Therefore, a careful balance must be struck between spending and strategic effectiveness. We must ensure that our investments are not just about showcasing power, but about ensuring the security, prosperity, and freedom of our nation and its people. In the quest for dominance, a careful balance must be struck between spending and strategic effectiveness. It's a delicate dance, but one that we must master for the sake of our future. The U.S. military's unique position, expansive costs, and global reach make it a force to be reckoned with. This global juggernaut is not just designed for homeland defense, but for worldwide deployment, requiring an extensive array of bases, equipment, and personnel. It continually strives for technological superiority, investing heavily in cutting-edge innovations, from food production for troops abroad to the development of advanced robots for future combat. The complexity of deploying forces globally brings about significant logistical challenges, adding to the already high expenditures. This is further complicated by the need for predictive planning for potential future conflicts, as seen in the USS Freedom and the Littoral Combat Ship programs. The intricate relationship between the U.S. military, government, and defense contractors like Lockheed Martin, Northrop Grumman, and Boeing forms the cornerstone of the military-industrial complex, influencing spending and technology development. However, despite these technological advancements, there have been costly projects that didn't quite meet expectations, raising questions about strategic value and efficiency. Join the discussion in the comments section, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video.